Next on Worcester News Tonight, dozens gather at City Hall raising awareness about the ongoing fight in the opioid epidemic. Plus, a Worcester lake is closed after high levels of an algae are found. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Roslyn Flaherty. On International Overdose Awareness Day, dozens gather at Worcester City Hall to remember the lives lost. District Attorney Joe Early Jr. says more than 2 people die every 3 days from an overdose in Worcester County. Tonight's vigil was meant to acknowledge the grief felt by family and friends and also give hope in fighting the epidemic. It's something Worcester's Division of Public Health says they work on every day.
We've made lots of improvements on things that we needed, but what are all the things that we need to continue to fight for? And so, not to forget, we need to continue to fight to hopefully end this.
There is also a candlelight procession from City Hall to Peace Park. The city is issuing a health advisory at Indian Lake tonight. The lake has been ordered closed due to high levels of blue-green algae. Some health risks include skin and eye irritation and gastrointestinal symptoms. People and their pets are asked to avoid using the lake until further notice. City Manager Augustus says the first public hearing for the Pawtucket Red Sox project reflected the diversity of the city. More than 100 people came to voice their opinions. The public hearings must be held before the City Council can approve the deal. While most people at the meeting say they supported the project, many would like to see local people getting the construction jobs.
There were some people skeptical, there's some people outright against it. That's what democracy looks like. But everybody got a chance to come and hear a little bit more, learn a little bit more, and have their voice heard as well.
The next public meeting will be September 5th at City Hall. Many are expected to hit the road this Labor Day weekend. This is a look at traffic conditions on the Mass Pike in Auburn earlier this evening. AAA recommends drivers who don't want to hit traffic to leave tonight or early tomorrow morning. They also say gas prices may have an effect on traveling. We found some drivers today going as far as Nebraska. Our Chandler Walsh has more.
It's where the rubber meets the road. The Mass Pike busy with travelers on the move for the Labor Day weekend.
I'm going home to visit my parents in Pound Ridge, New York. It's about a 3-hour drive from Boston.
We're all headed up to Lincoln, Nebraska right now to do a motorsport competition.
AAA predicts as many as 35 million Americans will hit the roads over the next few days. They say drivers are better off waiting until late tomorrow or Saturday morning to start their trips.
The busiest times will be Friday night from 4 to 8 when a lot of people are leaving work and trying to hit the road and get a jump on the weekend.
The busy travel weekend coinciding with a knock against city drivers. Allstate's Best Drivers Report ranks Worcester 197th out of 200 cities. AAA's Drew Carlson recommends being prepared and knowing travel routes well for a safe trip.
Always put the cell phones away. Driver distraction is definitely an issue we're seeing here.
The state is also seeing a large range when it comes to paying at the pump.
From the low 260s all the way up to 317.
AAA recommends looking out for the best price, and some drivers have tricks of their own.
I usually go online. I think there's a website called gasbuddy.com, so that can, find the cheapest gas in an area.
People passing through the Westboro Service Plaza Friday say their drive wasn't bad yet, but they're prepared for when traffic picks up and speeds slow down.
My husband brought his computer with him, and he's going to do work while I drive.
We've got each other, we've got walkie-talkies and snacks.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
The Worcester Fire Department is receiving more than $170,000 for fire prevention and safety. The FEMA grant will be used to implement a cooking fire education and prevention campaign. FEMA says the grant supports projects enhancing the safety of the public and firefighters from fire-related hazards. The Harvard Fire Department also receiving more than $20,000 from FEMA to buy a new fire hose. A $440,000 grant will help Harrington healthcare system fund a comprehensive approach to managing chronic disease. The Health and Human Services Department awarded Harrington the grant. The healthcare system says they plan to use the money to focus on a multidisciplinary approach to chronic disease management, which will begin with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and pneumonia patients. The goal is to strengthen statewide healthcare workforce with healthcare infrastructure by better meeting members' needs. The Spencer Fair kicks off today just in time for Labor Day weekend. Organizers say it's a perfect place to bring the whole family, and as our Brittany Schaefer tells us, the fair has plenty to offer.
The Spencer Fair has been a tradition in central Massachusetts for more than a century. The event offers amusement park rides, a demolition derby, and a variety of food. The 130th annual Spencer Fair kicks off Friday. The 6-acre event boasts something for everyone.
We have a stingray display. We have all our vendors with their wonderful food, tractor pulls, oxen pulls, horse pulls, our cattle shows, poultry shows, rabbit shows. We do everything we can to fill the grounds with as much as the people would like to see.
The fair is an annual Labor Day weekend tradition celebrating its 130th year, and for many fairgoers, it's a weekend they can't miss.
I started coming in 1973 and I'm still coming.
44 years or so.
I've been coming here for, like I said, 39 years.
Arthur Thera grew up in town and now comes every year with his daughter and son.
It's something for my kids to do that where I grew up, letting my kids burn off some energy.
The agricultural fair is one of the largest in the region and brings in more than 10,000 people per day. Fair President Bob Knight says the expected sunny weather is going to make for a busy year.
Weather is huge with the fair. As you know, rain pretty much puts us, out of business. But when you get beautiful 70, 75-degree days, people come, they'll stay all day, they'll really enjoy the fair.
Locals say the fair brings the small town of Spencer to life.
Everybody just looks forward to it. So, as soon as I walk into town hall, Spencer Fair, oh, that's the end of summer, oh, it's coming.
It's great for the community, it brings everyone together, and it's just good times and good food and great entertainment.
The fair runs through Labor Day, and if you're looking for me, I did test out the carousel just to make sure it was fun, and it did pass. In Spencer, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.